Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the one into my temperature blanket for Port Alsworth, Alaska. Month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, month 6, 7, month, the month 8, month 9, month 10 temperature blanket update. We only have 2 more months left, and if this is the first video you're seeing in this series, because I know I've got so many new subscribers here over the past month or so, I decided beginning of this year to make a temperature blanket for Port Alsworth. And if you don't know what a temperature blanket is, people do it in all sorts of different ways. But basically it is to show the changes of temperature in a certain location for the entire year. Some people do granny squares, some people do a scarf, some people do a blanket. I am doing a temperature blanket, but I'm doing them in the form of puffed flowers, which you can go back to my very first update on how to make these flowers. But before I show you the blanket, let's just talk about October in general. September and October are some of my favorite months here in Port Alsworth. October being because, one, it's my birthday month. I turned 28 years old, which is insane to think about. It's that transition between fall time and winter time. We actually had our very first snowstorm in October. It was insane because everywhere around us got like half an inch of snow that day, but here it was 7 inches. And of course, it was the day that we were flying back home after our vacation. So our 10 a.m. check-in for our flight out here, we didn't get home until about 6 p.m. And you guys can go watch all of that in my latest Costco shopping and coming home haul video. October is also when the local volleyball season is in full swing. My dad has been the coach since I was little, and my sister is a junior in high school and she plays on the team. So life revolves around the sports games, and we just had a tournament here in Port Alsworth and it was so much fun. I love being able to go watch the games, and it just gives you something to do in the winter months. Social life revolves around things happening at the school and also at the church. I have decorated for Christmas. You can see some of my Christmas things on my couch. My tree is up. It's nice and cozy. It is 19 degrees outside. So cold, but that also makes me really happy because that means more colors for the temperature blanket. I'm not gonna keep you waiting any longer, so here we go. This is what the temperature blanket looks like so far. Can you even see it? It's insane how much it's grown. Like, I remember struggling to make it seen, but yeah, it's not very big. I know that. People keep saying I should do a year 2. The thing is, I'm so tired of making these flowers. They're fun. My arms are going crazy because each month is 2 rows. There's a low row and a high row. And I keep track on a spreadsheet on Google Sheets the temperature. And I just use the app on my phone, just the basic weather app on iPhone. And I know that's not the most accurate temperature because, like, even going to my parents' thermometer or whatever thermostat at their house, whatever it's called, I don't know. It shows a different temperature than what is on my phone sometimes. Maybe like a 5-degree difference, but that can be all the difference between what color I'm using. I've decided I'm not going to change what I'm looking at to judge what temperature I use because it just needs to be straightforward, same thing every single time. And what time of the day I look at it has also changed because I used to check it first thing in the morning, but we know that the temperature can totally change from morning to evening. So I've been waiting more till like mid-afternoon to check the temperature. And then with iPhone, you know, it shows you like a 10-day forecast. So I kind of see what's going on. But like a couple of weeks ago, you'll see it in here. It wasn't supposed to get to like the teens, and it did. Like I saw like high 20s, low 30s, and then woke up in the morning and it was like, I don't know how cold it was, like 15 degrees outside. But this is what October looked like, and October is honestly one of my favorite months so far because it's so diverse in the temperatures that we saw. And if I didn't say this before, each color is a 10-degree range. In the 50s, it can be anything from 50 to 59 degrees, 40 to 49 degrees, and so on. We have the 30 degrees, which 30 is this pale peach, is my most popular color used throughout this entire blanket. I have lost track, but I think I've used like 3 skeins of just this color yarn, to the point where this is all like Big Twist yarn from Joann's before they closed, and I ordered so much yarn, and there are so many sweet fellow artists out there who sent me more yarn right when Joann's was closing, and I'm digging into that yarn now for this blanket, and it just makes my heart so happy that people really care about this project and really helped me out when I needed help. And also this summer, I was getting approached so many times, people asking about an update on the blanket. Makes me happy, and this has been a lot of hard work, so just seeing that just makes me feel loved. Anyways, as I said, 50s, 40s, 30s, we see a lot of 40s, a lot of 30s, and then by the end of the month, we start seeing 20s, and for the first time since when? What month? January, February, April, we saw teens. Like, this is the teens degrees. Insane. And then we ended the month with some 30s, 40s, and this right here, I know it looks different than the rest, but they are my filler flowers because not every month has 31 days, and I do a row to 31, so these are my fillers. It's starting to grow. And I say this every single month, it's not gonna be a full throw blanket. I'm not gonna do a second year of this, it's just way too much. And people in my last video were like, I sure hope you're putting a backing on it because I would hate weaving in all those ends. Yeah, me too. That's why I am going to put a backing on this one. This has been a fun project. I don't think I'm gonna do another temperature blanket because this was just insane how much time it took. It was so fun. I might psych myself out on December 31st and decide that I am gonna do one. Oh, but this was fun. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of hard work. We have only 2 months left. And I know I'm gonna be sad when it's done. With the holiday season coming up, I wanna show you something that I am making for Christmas gifts this year. This has been a labor of love, and this has been what I have made since, I think, when did I start making these? September, August, yes. This is all that I've made since August, except 2 that I've already, except 4 that I've already gifted. These are crocheted pot holders that look like flowers. This is one of the latest ones. Actually, no, I think this is the latest one I have done. But these have been a labor of love, and I am giving these to family for Christmas this year. I actually was wanting to do a whole series of like homemade Christmas gifts, 30 days of homemade Christmas gifts, but a couple problems I found with that. One, I work full-time and create content also full-time, and so making these flower like videos and doing a pattern was just like absolutely like way too much. But this is a pattern I've actually tried and that I actually really love, as you can see, because I have made so many of them. I haven't even finished counting. These brown ones, I really like them, but I think I'm more of a fan of the whites. I also like the pairing, like these two together, and then like these two together. I think they make such a fun pair. And then I started doing some like mixed color ones. They're not my favorite compared to like the whites or the browns. I like those more, but they have been a lot of fun to do. And then also the sunflowers, So the very first ones I made, I used them in a different hook size, and this was the size that I was making them. And then this is the size with the crochet hook, like the correct size. They're two different sizes. Have I seen a big difference in using two different sizes? No. I've made all of them in this size. This is the last one I have left in the big one. Someone is just gonna get a set this year with one bigger, one smaller, which I don't think is bad because this you can actually set like a big pot on top of to keep your counter safe. And this one, it reminds me of Sully from Monsters Inc. It's one of my favorites though. And then this one I was exploring with different colors. And then I tried to do the loops. I don't know, I just don't like the look of the loops compared to just a straight off hot pad, because not everyone's gonna hang them. I know that. And then this is the one that I'm almost done with. I just have one more row on this guy and then I have to sew them together. But I think out of all of them that I made, 2 that I've given away, 2 that I've already gifted, I think I only need to make 6 more. And it's early November, I can totally do that. I can totally do that. And then this year I also was going to make my nieces and nephews stuffed animals for Christmas and didn't plan well enough because one, I ordered yarn from Amazon and it was just cheap. It would like come apart when I would try and like pull it, and it would just like break all the it was bad. And I've seen so many good things about Hobby Lobby yarn. And so when we were just in Arizona, we went there, picked out some enough to make my niece Rosie her goose for Christmas, and then decided if I like it, I'll just get a bunch of yarn when we're in Michigan for Christmas in December. Well, I finished Rosie's goose. I did this in the afternoon. The pattern is from Etsy. It was super easy. It's a no sew. So you start with making the 2 feet and then you like separately, and the 2 arms separately. Then you start at the bottom and you work your way up and you like join these as you crochet in the round. And then same with these guys when you crochet in the round. The neck, make a bigger head, add the eyes, and then the beak. So freaking cute, and it's a perfect little size too. I want to make more of these. The person who made this also has a pattern for a mallard. I just bought it today. These patterns are like $3, and then you can make so many things with them. I think these are so fun. But this is all yarn from Hobby Lobby. I used barely 1 skein for the feet and the beak, and I used 1.5 for the whole body, so that's good to know for when I make more or want to buy yarn to make more, because I plan on making a few more of these for gifts to have in like my homemade gift bin. I have a lot more homemade Christmas stuff that I am not showing here online. I will do a whole video of everything that I made for Christmas this year, and that's going to be really fun to show you guys and hopefully give you guys ideas for the next year. And I just realized in filming this that this might be the very last time that I film this update, my temperature blanket update in my home, because we will be, depending on when I finish November, we could already be in Michigan. And then we might be doing the last 2 updates in Michigan, which is crazy. And if you're wondering if I am traveling with this, I will be. I may have a full suitcase just full of my crochet stuff. But this might be my very last update home, which is crazy. What a journey this has been. I'm so happy that this has inspired so many people to pick up their needles, to pick up their hooks, start crocheting again, learn how to crochet. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this update. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!